Hi there everyone, today I'm going to be doing a showcase for the Inferno tournament. Now the rewards are very similar to the previous tournaments, as in the chest is exactly the same. I'm a bit slow there, but the medal has actually changed quite a bit. It now no longer upgrades, you can no longer evolve it by the star level, and they haven't just got square sockets on. I don't actually know what would happen if you re-socketed one of these jewels, so trophies. Medals. And they call it trophies. Okay. But the lower ones, they have triangle and circle on them, and then two squares. I think legendary is the last one of those, and then artifact you get two triangles and two squares. So that's quite cool that they've got different kinds of sockets on them now. I don't know why they've decided to add that in, but that's what they've done. They've still got the move speed on them. It's from legendary up and upwards. They've got 5% move speed. And yeah, the actual stats themselves, damage is a bit higher, but the main thing which people didn't like about this is there's no attack speed and no crit damage, which are the main two stats that come out for actual damage output, because damage always increases. It always gets increased from one to the next. If you look at the relic here, even if I evolved my medal to maximum, it would be 158 damage, and it's 176 on the new one. They always do that. It's about 20 on everything like that. But attack speed and crit damage kind of go in and out of the flow. So I've got attack speed on my current one. I prefer crit damage for increasing my damage output. But yes, this next one just has a load of parry and dodge, which is a bit annoying. It's not quite what I want, and I'm not actually going for this relic reward, artifact reward. I don't think I'll even get this. I think I'm just going to sell the stuff for gems, because last time I think I got an artifact reward, and from here I got the premium gem box, which then gave me 100. I think it averages about 220 it gives, and yeah, 100 was less than what I would have got if I just sold all the jewels. So that's probably just what I'm going to do this time, is not bother putting any value into it, just sell off the old jewels. Anyway, so that's, I'll talk about it. I wanted to just mention as well, my skill setup's changed a bit. All the enemies in this are elementals. They're all fire. I think, actually no, there are a couple of enemies in there which aren't fire enemies, but most of them are. So they all take increased damage from frost damage, and I didn't get Frostrate for the first few challenges. You don't need it, but later on it does help out a lot, and you don't really need the frost armor. So I've actually permanently changed that to flame armor now, and I don't have it in my lineup at all. But Thunderbolt comes in a lot of use. You definitely want it Thunderbolt, not Incinerate, and also Frozen Sphere, great damage. Just doing that on single targets helps out a lot. And then this is actually my teleport. I've got the new skill rune. It's pretty cool. And then obviously Protection Bubble, because that always helps out. But we're mainly going to be using Frostrate for defense. Now, I haven't actually played these first challenges since they came out. I got the relic drops almost immediately, so I haven't replayed them. Don't remember what they're like. But yeah, let's just have a look. Alright. Oh yeah, this one. Okay, cool. It's with the turrets. Oh dear, that did not go quite as planned. I think with this one, I like to pretty much just take him out first, ignore the fireball enemies, which wasn't so good there, but yeah, I didn't know what I was going to. If you stand back and incinerate him, thunderbolt him, I think he hasn't got much resistance to stun at all, so you can just chain stun him as you back away. Like I said, I didn't have Frostrate the first time, and I didn't have any problem there. I just chain stunned him as I slowly backed away. You watch out for the fireballs coming in. I'm going to use the excuse that I'm recording, so it's a little bit laggy, so I can't really see them coming in. But yeah, you dodge the fireballs as they swing in. They come in at kind of the same time, so you'll see them both cross over at the point which you were. You can just back away a tiny bit. What's this next one? Oh yeah, cool. Alright. Now this one, Frostrates probably really aren't so good in this one. I don't know why the other enemies aren't spawning actually. This is probably the way to do it. I don't think I ever tried it like this. So as you run around the map, I set off these lizard enemies. Why does it do that to me? Seriously. Okay, I'm going to replay that one because I didn't get to show that properly. as you run around the map, those lizards come up the ground. They do the fire pools, which they're not quite bad as the poison lizards. I don't know what to call them, but because they do percentage of your health, whereas these ones, I'm just going to wait till I get a good connection. Those ones just do fire, which does damage over time. But yeah, so they're sort of scattered around the map, and they'll come out when you run around. And then there's the tower itself will start spawning drakes that appear on the map. I think I'm just going to start by attacking the tower, and then also there's cycles, which I did not know one was about to appear there right next to me. But yeah, that was fine. I dealt with it. Yeah, so what you want to do is focus on the tower, and if you do end up running around, you can use the frozen sphere to take down the lizards. It takes them out very quickly, so they're not too much of an issue, and they move slowly as well. So if you start running, basically you have to keep running on that one, which was my technique before I had Frostdrake, but that increases your damage output loads. And so I put them straight down next to the tower. They're actually really great fun to play with because, I mean, Fire Drake was just so bad. It didn't do any damage whatsoever. It was literally just something to put out if you wanted the enemies to run over somewhere else instead of towards you. But if there are any range enemies, they just instantly get it. But yeah, now it's really interesting to play with actually. And most of the time you want to place them behind you, because you can stack up 2 or 3, and then they'll do loads of damage. But then I'm guessing if there's something like actually I was going to say if there's ice enemies, but then you could just use Fire Drake. But if they're not going to be doing so much damage, then I guess you want to use the more defensive tools. But yeah, I like using them behind, and then I can always teleport behind them, and the enemies will attack them rather than me. Now, what is this one? Oh, 3 primaries. Okay, yeah. I know what to do with this one. I actually forgot. It's probably best. Oh no! Why is it doing this every time? Seriously. I'll have to refresh this now. This is painful lag. I'm currently not in my my normal house at the moment, and here I should have better internet connection, but for whatever reason it's not doing me justice. But yeah, in pretty much all these challenges, because the Frostdrake, you can stack them up, and if there's a start bit there, like there was there where you had to touch something before the enemies came, I like to stack up 2 or 3. It's actually in the last challenge was made so much easier when I got Frostdrake. That was what forced me to get it, because there's so many enemies and stuff, and you can't. The boss also does reflect, so you don't know how to phrase it. It's hard to put down a lot of damage on the boss and kill it quickly because you can't do your basic attacks. So Frostdrake really helps there, because if you stack up 2 or 3 of them, then they're doing more than your basic, well, about as much as your basic attack would be doing, and a consistent way. I swear that was 50 gems to revive, and then I just refreshed and it gave 100. That's odd. I was hoping to do the first 6 challenges, but I think now I'll probably be doing less. Oh, look at that loading bar! That loading bar. Where was I up to? I was on the 3rd. Which one's this one? Yeah, well, I'll do the first 4. Probably be the showcase showing the least amount that I've ever made. Alright, so this one, let's not bother waiting for the thief. But I should have stacked up Frostdrakes at least. So I go for this one first, aren't I? Missed him. This one in the bottom left first. He does the fire pillars, I think. It's getting a little bit messy compared to what I like to do. But yeah, so I'll take down the one that does the fire pillars first, just because they're the least easy to predict when there's a lot going on. This fireball guy I usually take down next, just because he's this more sort of ranger type, and this guy is just so slow when he's doing that kind of thing. And after he does it, he likes to run in and do a melee attack. So that's actually really damaging, and it can get very annoying. But was there? I had a feeling. Oh yeah, that was it. I did get the thief. Yeah, that melee attack can be really damaging. I think before now it did sort of 3/4 of my health or 2/3 of my health or something, and it once killed me when I had no idea I was going to die. But the Frustrate completely absorbs that, which is brilliant. The next one is Balor, and normally I hate Balor ones, but this is one of the nicer ones which they brought back. I think the only new one here at the beginning was the second one, the tower one. The other ones have been used in previous tournaments. I mean, they had fire type tournament challenges in the past, so they just reused some of them. So this one, we have Balor come down in the middle, and then you've got two mages either side. Balor spawns all his like hell portals as normal. He actually starts off. I'm just going to stack drakes down here. He starts off doing. He comes into the map a lot earlier than anything else, so you can get some decent damage on him right at the beginning, and then you want to take down this guy because he does the. It's like a slow-moving fireball thing. I can't remember if it's a mega fireball or not, but basically it does a lot of damage and can be very, very annoying. This next guy, he does something like meteor type thing, and I do actually like to take him down before Balor, just for the reason that he dies super fast, and then yeah, taking down Balor afterwards. The only thing which I had actually kill me in this one, because I normally hate Balor challenges, but this one's a lot easier. The only thing which I had killing me was right at the beginning. Just after the two summoners spawn, he flies up in the air, and he puts down like a sort of meteor shower thing, loads of fireballs, and that does a lot of damage. So I always find it really tempting to teleport away from the first attack you get from one of the summoners, but actually it's much better to just dodge that one, and then to teleport when he does his meteor shower. But anyway, it's not too much of a hard challenge, so you don't need to go really into the technique of it. Anyway, I guess that'll be the end of this part 1 video. I did want to show more, but I can fit 5 challenges into the next one. And I've got my couple of deaths, as I always do. Anyway, that'll be it for now. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.